What'd you see in that extended period of playing time for Matt Leo on Saturday?
Really kind of just an extension of what we had seen. I think he's done a great job. He's gotten better every week, works really hard in practice, studies the game, and I just think we saw a little bit of an extended version of what he's been doing for us.
How raw was he when he first came here?
I think he was still learning some of the games. So, I think he was raw, but I think he had a good handle on what we were doing and physical. And, I think, fundamentally, I think he had a lot of it.
What are some of the tangibles that he was able to kind of pick up through the season, even learning from any things like that?
Well, I think there's just, that position happens, stuff happens pretty fast down in there. And, guys are putting four hands on you all the time and trying to knock you out of there. And so I think that stuff's all different. But I think just technique, I think reality, I think he just has become a solid technique guy, a technician. And, Coach always talks about mastering your craft, and I think he's really worked hard to do that, to understand pass rush and gap fits and, all the different things, spilling balls and all the fundamentals that go with playing, defensive end.
What have you seen from Pooka Williams? I think Coach Campbell said a lot of people talk about his speed, but his power is a little deceiving.
Yeah, I think the guy is incredible. Is what I think. He makes a lot of great runs. He's strong, takes guys to bring him down, catches the ball out of the backfield. He would be probably, as I watched early in the week, probably the most dynamic guy we've played to this point. He has a lot of things that he can do, and very talented, very tough competitor. All the stuff you can see on film, and he's making a lot of plays for him right now.
I think Matt's kind of said that, looking back on last year when it came to Matt Leo, Coach Campbell had said about Matt that had you guys had that redshirt rule a year ago, towards the end of the season, he probably would have played. When did you feel like he turned that corner last year?
Wow, I'm trying to remember yesterday. I don't know. I just think and I don't even know if he's fully turned the corner. I think he still just gets better and better all the time, in fairness to him. I think he's still growing, and I think every day he spends in that office watching tape, and I just think he's getting better and better, and I think, I think at some point the light comes on that they kind of get a handle on it. But some of it's just like young guys. It's learning verbiage, it's learning the terminology, it's, it's starting over again a little bit. But I think he's just continued to get better. I don't think he's reached his potential yet. I think he's got a lot of growing to do, and I think he would tell you that, and he continues to work. But we're really excited about him. He's done a great job for us.
How confident do you feel moving forward, knowing he's got to keep getting those
Well,
number of reps going in?
I feel confident. I think he's worked his rear end off. He's like the rest of these guys. They've worked their rear ends off to have opportunity, and now is his chance. And it's the guys that are behind him a little bit that got to pick up the pace and step in and do some things. And we're moving some guys around in there to see what happens.
How vital is experience to being able to create? I think 23 turnovers Kansas has created in 8 games. Just that they've been there, they've drilled for so long.
I don't think there's any question they're doing great. Anytime you're winning the turnover margin, you've got a great opportunity to win, so for sure.
Coach Campbell was talking about how Jaquan's always had the top-end talent, but the consistency hasn't always followed. I guess, when did you see that growth come in for Jaquan?
I think it's happening as we go. I think over the summer, I think he's done a great job of really getting himself again, understanding the process and wanting to be more than just, a pass rush guy or whatever. I think he's trying to become a full football player, and that takes a lot of work, and I think he's put that work in.
Obviously, it's a tough deal for any, but how do you feel like you're able to mix and match and plug in guys and feed in as good as you have, especially at that position since you've been here?
I think you have to. You hate losing a guy like any. He was a starter. You lose one of those guys, you lose some stuff. But I think the reality of it is you got some guys that can move around and play, and that's the blessing that Coach Rashid's done a great job with that group of playing a lot of people throughout the season so far. So we'll just keep mixing and matching and rolling some guys in there.
Coach Campbell has said that you guys kind of ran out of steam last November. Joe Lanning was playing a lot of snaps, Willie Harvey, Ray Liam, a lot of guys on defense playing a lot of snaps. This season, have more depth. How much more fresh do you think you guys are going to be down the home stretch?
Well, I think time will tell. I think time will tell, but I think we should be. I think guys have taken more reps. We've got more depth. Got more guys are playing in games. So I think it'll pay its dividends in the end. Well, you know, that's yet to be found out, but I surely think it will, without a question.
Is that something you've kind of made a concentrated effort to? So
I think so. I think you have to. I mean, I think in order to have success through the football season, you've got to have some depth. I mean, you can't, like again a year ago, we played those guys who were 1,000 reps, and I mean, you know, at the tempo of this conference and just the pace of play and the physicality of the game and all those things. So it's important. And again, in November, you end up playing 5 weekends. So, you know, you've got 5 in a row, and I think again the opportunity for our other guys to get in and get reps is huge.
Has your ability to be able to plug in guys and not miss a beat kind of inspired even more confidence?
Oh, I think so. Sure, I think so. I think now you're a guy in a meeting room and you're practicing and you're playing. So you pay attention, you work harder. I mean, and it creates more competition, and it creates better chemistry for sure. Absolutely.
Does it in turn do that for the guys though that were playing 1,000 snaps? You know, not only are they fresher, but they see.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good thing. I think our guys have bought into the system and what they're doing, and they're working really hard at it. And you know, I think it helps them play better. In all fairness.
Are guys in your ear on game day telling you how many snaps guys are playing, or when you're in a certain set, are you just kind of saying, "Oh, we need
I
this
think
guy
we
here"?
all by position have a handle on how many reps our guys are getting, and we keep track count. I mean, play count of how many snaps are, you know, at halftime especially is a pretty good bead of where you are and how many reps we've played. And then again, if that doubles, you know, if they've got 50 at half and it doubles, it goes to 100. That's a lot of reps. So you know, how many can guys play and that kind of thing. So not just kind of overall where we are, and each coach kind of keeps track of his guys.